They mentioned this hadith which is in Bukhari. A man came to the Prophet and asked him. He said, my wife, a man who is white and wife is white, had a child which is black. So this man came to the Prophet and said, my wife has given birth to a black child. The Prophet just asked him a question. He told him, do you have camels? He said, yes. What are the color of the camels? He said, yellow. He said, do you have amongst these camels gray one? All his camels are yellow, and then they produce a gray one. He said, do you have gray one? He said, once. He said, yes. He said, where do you think this gray one came from? The man said, it's inheritance. Maybe amongst these camel ancestors there was one gray. He said, your son may be inheritance. Maybe amongst your ancestors there was someone black. So this is here the Prophet did Qiyas, the human on the camels. If the Prophet did Qiyas here and said the human is like a camel, then what we should do is to slaughter a human in Eid. Well, this is the Prophet, from knowing that a camel can produce a different color, is something that the doctors will know. People will know with experience. This is more things of dunya anyway. It's not something that the Quran has mentioned. People know this. The way the people know that the sun tomorrow will come from the east and go to the west, because they see it all the time. People have seen and known that people get this, they have this inheritance. The doctors know it, people with experience know it. So the Prophet, and they know that this happens with the camels, they know that this happens with the goats, they know that this happens with the human. So when the man came with a shock with his wife, the Prophet sometime wanted the people to give the answer themselves. So he gave him this question, something that he knows better, because it's not with the camels it happens all the time. With the human it's very rare that this happens. So he just referred him to, if you know that is inheritance here, so it is inheritance here. It's all animals. A human is a form of animal that is live and die and has a soul. So this has nothing to do with Qiyas. You see, look at this hadith where the Prophet didn't do Qiyas. This hadith, Bukhari, the chapter, what chapter put Bukhari about this? Bukhari said in his book how the Prophet used to explain something that is known to something that is known, to compare something that is known to something that is known. It's not that, oh, this is not known and the Prophet made Qiyas, because Qiyas is this, something that is known to something that, compare it to something that has proof. Bukhari didn't agree with this. He said the way the Prophet used to compare things that are known to things that are known without using any Qiyas.